Imagine the worst Walmart store that you've ever walked into and the worst employee at that store. That's what it was like dealing, and like they just don't care at all. I think it's a really good idea to just be a seller and, view the platforms as different channels that you sell on. I would use every bit of the rest of my time to buy stuff for $1, sell it for $20, $25. Buy stuff for $1, sell it for $20, $25. That's a real good business. Paying $4.99 for these, and a pair just sold for $600 on eBay. Just be self-employed for 10 years and make a little bit of money and then figure things out and grow things.
I'm telling you, dude, like if you could get to like 500 to 1,000 videos, you'll be easily making like $1,000 a month. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Side Hustle Experience podcast. We have Cody does, I don't know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the Walmart disaster, everything about that, what's going on with that. As of today, it's July 24th, so stuff might change by the time we post this. So thanks for being on here, man. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah, I'm excited. For anyone that watched my last podcast where I told everybody to go sell on Walmart, just don't watch that. Disregard previous email and podcast. Thank you very much.
To break it down, I'm completely out of the loop. So I just heard it exploded, but what happened?
Honestly, I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see what happens. They just they're making things harder, and a lot of sellers are just pissed, um, you know they mass gated entire categories. They've suspended a lot of people. Like probably one of the most legit e-commerce sellers that I know does brand direct, has like real like a real business, and they got suspended for absolutely nothing, just a whole lot of nothing. And I also know other people who are doing crazy stuff that's not good, and they're okay. But yeah, no, selling on Walmart it got very much harder in the last month or 2 months, something like that. So.
John?
Yeah. So what categories got suspended then?
So beauty. Here, hold on. I'll have the email here. I'll show you. All right. Walmart is restricting certain health and wellness, beauty, personal care, food, supplements, baby consumables, and ingestible pet products, and affected items may be unpublished. So that's not that. That's just like the tip of it. Like there's other stuff too. There's toys right before Q4. They let sellers just all year, no warning at all, plan to just send in as much their version of FBA as WFS, send as many as much inventory as you can. The co-host of the podcast that I run, James, he had, I mean, some crazy amount of units. I'll have to look at what it is, but like he's just been all year pumping in toys and toys and toys, and now they're requiring child safety stuff and like different things. It's really hard to get your hands on these documents, and they're making every seller prove for every SKU. And so if you don't have it, you're just kind of screwed. And so like it's and then the biggest thing lately was the beauty and uh, whatever other category. It's just overnight everything aired out. So you've paid money to buy the product, paid money to source it, groups to get the information, a VA, you've paid your team to prep it, you've sent it in, paid shipping there, paid fees on top of fees to get it there, and then it's aired out overnight with no warning. And there's other stuff too, but a lot of issues. I say I'm cautiously optimistic because I hope, I think they still want revenue, and so I'm hoping once the dust clears, some of us will still be able to participate. And I'm not closing my account or anything. I just hate them now. So clip that.
So what'd you say there at the end? I think it froze. Did you hear that, John?
No, I think it froze.
What'd you say at the end, the clip part? That was the only part we missed.
Uh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. I said I'm not closing my account or anything like that. I just hate them now. So
Yeah, that is good. Yeah. So like, how bad is this? Like people can remedy the situation. Like the people are getting their inventory back, or is it just kind of like stuck in limbo?
I have a friend doesn't have the money to pull their inventory back. Like they've spent all their money getting it there, and the cost to pull the inventory from Walmart would be just the cost of removal orders would be higher than you know cash flow wise. If she pulls it all back, she would pay a bunch to Walmart to pull it back, and then have to figure out something to do with the inventory. And so she's looking at a potential, just a total slaughter. Just like she'll lose her account, and then eventually they'll come after her for the costs, and like that's a nasty situation. So, yeah, no, I think there's a lot of people real upset about the changes, and they did it overnight. So there's like some of it is just like surprise, screw you, we don't care, and there's no support. Like you can make a case, and to my knowledge, there's not a lot moving with those cases. Like it's just kind of real crappy. So
What's your plan? That's like, man, with that in the reselling world, it's just they're all brutal now. So like, what's your plan? Are you doing? I know that you had mentioned something about not even doing reselling as much anymore, or something like that. So what's your plan, Mr.
yeah, I actually got lucky in a way. I had an account suspension with Walmart probably 2 months before it started, and the way they handled it with my situation really, like, I didn't have a lot of trust in the platform after that. Like they handled it just really poorly, and so at the time it felt like a real gut punch. And I had money tied up um, with inventory at WFS, and I had money tied up with inventory that we had at our store. Um, and they just didn't care. Like couldn't get anything back. They didn't even send me an email. Like it was just like it was really poor, terrible. Like imagine the worst Walmart store that you've ever walked into, and the worst employee at that store. That's what it was like dealing. And like they just don't care at all. Like nobody cares at all. And so I lost a lot of trust in the platform at that time. And that's about the time that I changed my name in shame, and from Cody does Walmart to whatever it is that Cody does arbitrage, because I was like I can't like I feel bad that I've talked so much, because it was going really good for a while. And so anyways, it scared me. And so instead of pumping units to WFS, which is what my plan was, we drew back, we hedged against the platform. We cross-listed we delisted everything that was on Walmart and sold what we could on Amazon, and the rest we sold in our retail store, or are selling in our retail store. And from this day forward, like I can't imagine sending any inventory into WFS currently. I can't even like I can't even fathom. Like that's the craziest idea ever for me right now. So I'm gonna give it 6 months, and we'll reevaluate, and maybe there's some other answer that comes. But my plan right now, FBM everything. We're focusing on like 100% ROI. We're like the home runs and like the really good stuff. The lower margin stuff, we're not messing with. Like some people are still doing it, and that for us with our situation, it's not feasible to do that. So we're looking for like the really good stuff, and the lowest risk possible of a platform screwing us over is us fulfilling everything ourselves and storing everything ourselves. And like Amazon's not touching our stuff, Walmart's not touching our stuff, only we touch our stuff. And if they screw us over and shut the account down or do some crazy change, we at least still have hands on our, product.
That makes sense. I'm seeing a lot in the space, so I feel like all the coaches and software providers, it's either they're like kind of being honest about it, either not saying anything, and then other people are like, it's no big deal. You got to pivot. Do you think it's a big deal and you could just pivot, or this is kind of like a big death punch?
I don't know, man. I I have I have been around in the space for like 8 or 9 years, and I've had lots of moments where, classically someone posts on their story, arbitrage is dead, or whatever. And like that's happened like a bunch. Like we had a child document scare with Amazon too, and then it wasn't that bad. Like 2 months later, like you just can't sell some stuff, and that sucks. I've had a total loss on a product. I don't know if you guys were selling during this time, but the Miss Rachel dolls. It was the toy of the freaking year. I thought I had like retired myself because these stupid dolls are selling for $80, and like we have the stock checker. We know exactly which stores we're getting them. We're going and we're just freaking clearing, and sold a bunch, and like a bunch, and then Amazon just refunded every customer on the Rachel dolls. Refunded every customer. They got to keep the doll. They got their money back, and I got screwed. And like there's lots of moments like that that suck. And like I have a friend, 18 grand she lost in that situation, and in that exact like and like that's real ugly. So like there's ugly stuff like that. I think before COVID, when COVID stuff started happening, we thought like there were people that thought it was going to be bad, and it ended up actually being really really good. And then after COVID, all of us that sold, not us, I'm not admitting to anything, but the people who sold hand sanitizer and then were getting sued and having problems with their account because of the hand sanitizer stuff, they thought, well, now it's over. But right after that, there's a boom. And so I don't. I'm not negative. I think I'm not pessimistic. I think there's going to be opportunity um, after this, even selling on Walmart. But there's no way I'm sending them inventory. Like I'm hedging against them actively. That's my plan right now. So
Is there any difference between what you felt in the past about the negativity and the way it is and then now? Like, does it feel more gloomy or does it feel different or anything like that?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think I think for me it's just it's like it sucks. Next, you like what you like. You get uh you win some, you lose some. That's kind of my thought on it. And so I would feel much different if I were in the situation that some of my friends are in, and where it's there's a lot more money on the line, a lot more loss. Some people you make an order with a distributor, and they did that 3 months ago or 6 months ago, and they put out a lot of cash, and now it's coming in, and they they have to come up with other plans. And so for me, I think the emotional side of it, like I lost some money. I'm gonna lose some from this, but like we we also have eBay. We also have potentially Whatnot. We have retail store. We have selling on Facebook. The inventory that we have, we're selling on Amazon. Still, super viable. Like some of the stuff that we bought for Walmart, we're selling on Amazon for more now, and we probably wouldn't have even checked, because we were just going to sell it on Walmart, and then Amazon, corrects, and the price goes up, and so I think for me the plan is multi-channel operation, with us being the fulfillment. So we do the FBM, we do the all the processing, everything. We handle returns, we do all that, and then we pay them 15% or whatever they ask to sell on their platform. But if one leg goes down, the whole business is still alive. And that, I think a lot of people want to be, especially with Amazon. I want to be an Amazon seller. I want to be an Amazon seller, and I think it's a really good idea to just be a seller, and view the platforms as different channels that you sell on.
This might be too personal of a question, but I'm just curious. What percentage you think of your like net worth is tied up in inventory? And is
Real quick, if you've been thinking about hiring a virtual assistant but don't know where to start, VA Fastlane makes the process dead simple. They just don't throw you a random VA. They actually line up 4 highly qualified candidates based on the skill level you need. Whether it's online arbitrage, wholesale, or whatever business model you're running, they got you covered. Then you interview the ones you like and pick the best fit. No guessing, no generic VAs who don't even know anything about Amazon. And it works whether you're just starting out or running a full-blown operation. They offer both part-time, 20 hours a week, and full-time, 40 hours a week.
Plus, they've already placed over 140 VAs for Amazon sellers, and they offer free unlimited replacements. So if someone isn't the right fit down the line, you're covered. It's run by Carter Maxwell. You've heard of him on the show, and he's built a team so dialed in, he only spends 4 to 5 hours a week on his own Amazon business. So if you're ready to scale with a VA who's trained, proven, and backed by a solid system, book a free call at the link below and talk to Carter. And make sure to ask about the special offer for the Side Hustle Experiment listeners. Does that ever worry you when it comes to these problems of like, or do you think in the future maybe I want to cut down my inventory so I can have more cash, just in case things do go really bad? You never know when these platforms decide no more third-party sellers unless you're like a brand direct person, which I don't think that'll happen, but you never know.
Yeah. At times, my entire net worth, like we, yeah, like well, so I have 6 kids, and my wife stays at home, and so uh, there's a lot of security questions on the personal side, and so we keep we keep a good savings. We have some equity in the house. On the personal side, we're 6 months from anything terrible happening financially at any given time. And so that gives you the ability to just say F you to everybody. I'll take 6 months and figure something new out. And that helps me sleep at night. That's a really good, like if I could give anybody advice, don't, like get there. Like that's a real good, like you want, especially if you have kids or, like get there because you can think differently once you're there. On the business side though, currently we have debt on the business where we've bought and bought and bought inventory, and nothing scary or bad, but like on the business side, like we're like 120% in inventory or something, like it's like a lot. And if you want to sell inventory and you're not drop shipping or doing something, with something clever like drop shipping, um, you got to buy the inventory, and so like that is it's just like you just have to figure out how to cash flow that stuff. And so for us, it makes sense to have some leverage on the business, but it's like a lot. Like if you can't sell $1 million worth of stuff if you don't have $1 million worth of stuff. If you're selling physical products and fulfilling it yourself, like you just can't. So.
Yep.
Do you think reselling is safe or a good spot for people to start now?
I do. I do. Yeah, I think it's a good business. Like, which is funny to say, in this context, but like, I found a Fugler doll at a flea market for $10, and I sold it. I forget I think it was 79, or 79 or 69 or something like that. But I sold it for like a lot more than I bought it for, and like, just the ability to be able to buy something in your town or wherever you're sourcing and then offer it on a global platform, like eBay, potentially Amazon, potentially Walmart. Um, it's a really good business if you can figure out and like learn and have the risk tolerance for it. Um, I think where people get in trouble is, trying to build up junk volume on leverage and like that. I would caution, like it's way better to sell $250,000 worth of stuff on cash than it is to sell 100 or 1.5 million and have the fancy orange bars, but you also have credit card debt that you're gonna pay interest on, or whatever, and that's where people get in trouble with reselling. Like I think ego and like chasing, revenue at all costs, like you just can't. Like I think if I were broke, starting from nothing, just got out of prison or just, got, whatever, I think I would get a job. I would go and, I would have some sort of job, so, probably sales or, something where you can make more than, the minimum, like whatever. And then I would use every bit of the rest of my time to buy stuff for $1, sell it for $20, $25, buy stuff for $1, sell it for $20, $25. Like that's a real good business. And I would start on eBay. I wouldn't even start on Amazon or Walmart or any of the fancy stuff. I would just start just like freaking, buy. I got my eBay thing over here. Yeah, buy. Yeah, hold on. I'll show you this. Oh, I got these at a thrift store this week, or let's see, end of last week. Got these at a thrift store. These are some ugly Adidas, Reebok pump shoes, something else. I literally just walked into a thrift store. I saw these. I thought, huh, those look interesting. And I Google scanned them. You just go into your Google app, hit the little thing, scan it, and it'll show you everywhere there's a picture of these. And stuff the tag on it. I paid $24.99 for these, and a pair just sold for $600 on eBay. New, these are used, so it won't be that, but it'll be something. And I think I'm gonna list them for 150 plus like I don't know, $20 shipping or something like that. And that's a great business for me. I have a bunch of like little dumb stuff over here that we found for $1 that will sell for 20. Used books on Amazon, really, really good business. I just shared in my Discord. I bought for $1, sold for $69.99. I bought it in June. It sold whatever day that was, the last couple of days, sold for $69.99. And so like $1 into 70 is insane. Like it's insane. Like that's crazy ROI. And so if you're just focused on growing your $500 that you've saved up from waiting tables, you want to turn that $500 into $25,000. Flipping crap on eBay is a real good idea. And then at some point, you start to learn. Like we were selling these little car toys. We were like, holy crap! Like they're selling fast, and we're selling those on Amazon. You start to learn like some of those other opportunities where you can flip them, and so like yeah, you get burned a lot, like or you get burned some, but like I would do it again. Like if I were starting over, I would start again. So that's a long convoluted answer, but I, if there's some poor person watching that it wants to start over and really go, like I definitely like have some cash and like don't do anything like it's not foolproof. There's a decent chance you'll fail, but like if you can figure it out and put the systems in place, like you can make money doing this. And like, are there other things you could do to make money? Yeah, sure, but I like this one for myself.
You mentioned the whatnot. Have you thought more about that, especially now with your buy cost is so low. I don't know if I mentioned that to you before, but where you're getting stuff so cheap, you would be decently well off. And I actually watched a YouTuber. I should send you this if I can find him again. He reminded me of you a lot. You might even know the dude, but he was a big Amazon eBay seller and then switched to whatnot. And like even the way he talked and the way he explained things, I was like, I bet you would struggle with that at the beginning and then get through it like he did. And he was doing, I think he did 120K in a month and made like 65 grand. Yeah,
Yep.
65 grand profit on there because your profit margins are so high. But it just reminded me of like, well, you have this kind of stuff, this lower
Yeah.
cost base and stuff, and you'd have to change the mindset of, okay, I need $50 for it to like, I'm okay with 15 because I can sell 50 of them today, that type of thing. But have you thought about that anymore?
I know I need to. I know my mentor, like the guy that I work with is my mentor. He's a whatnot seller, and I don't want to tell his stuff on public, but like he's making a lot of freaking money doing whatnot shows, and like just hate it so much. I just hate going live, like doing this with you guys. Like we come in here, we talk crap for an hour. We make a piece of content that will probably help somebody at some point. It's building you guys' personal brand. It's building my personal brand. We can have some fun doing it. But then it's recorded and then it's replayed over and over and over again. It just lives there. The idea of going live is like for me, it's like clocking in. Like it's like, all right, everybody, we're going live, and it's like, 24 people in the room with you or whatever. You're trying to sell them something, and then it goes away, and there's no long-term like repeatable benefit from it. And so for me, it feels like I'm wasting my time. Even if I made $60,000 in a month, my wife would be, real happy about that. And so like that, that there's definitely a benefit. I see it, and I have a whole retail store. Like I have so much crap. Like I have like a lot of crap. Toys and like the kind of stuff that people want. And I think so. Here's what I really want to do. I want currently my retail store is open 2 days a week, 12 to 5, so 10 hours a week is all it's open. If I go in there to pack packages, I turn the open sign on, but that's like for an hour or something, and then I'm out of there. I want to scale. I think the next level of my operation is I hire a number two person, like Callie from uh,
Relevant.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched much of their stuff lately, but I remember she works for them. She's packing their packages. She's doing blah blah blah. I want somebody like that I just trust, and everything's good, and I overpay them, and they open the retail store 40, 50 hours a week, and they are packing the packages, doing doing whatever needs to be done in the store, but they're open so the public can come in and I have revenue from that. But then maybe I have them do an hour whatnot every day, and then that feels more right to me. But like doing 7 hours of whatnot a week, like even currently, I don't know, maybe my mindset's just wrong or something, but like I just can't even imagine that. Like I don't do anything. Like 7 hours a week of something like that, like, and I can't even like watch TV while I'm doing it or something. Like I don't know, sounds awful. So hopefully I'll eat my words and I'll be next time I'm on the podcast, or if y'all ever come on mine, I'm gonna say I was so wrong. I made $60,000 in a month, and I'll be very happy to go back on that. So.
It's a grind, dude. I mean, I struggle to like, I've been doing it here and there, and I'm like, man, this is like, I'm not looking forward to this show at all. But I think at some point you just outsource it. Like somebody else would do it 8 hours a day. Like the Levy guy, I
100%.
don't know if you're familiar with him. He has shows running every hour. So like hundreds of hours a week, like all the hours in the week, he's got a show running, but just employees that come in at different times. That's how I think it works out. And if you have the ability to get the inventory cheap, it doesn't really matter how good the person is. As long as they're getting $5-10 for it, you're making a profit.
Yeah. That sounds right to me. Like that, like I think that would be where I would want to live, and like the idea of moving all of my inventory today at 10%, ROI, super happy about that. That doesn't scare me at all. Like you said 50, but selling it for 15 because I get the fast nickel instead of the slow dime. No problem with that. Like that would be wonderful. Um, But yeah, as far as me doing it, like that sounds terrible. I don't want to do it. Yeah, that's what,
I get it. I get
How
it.
does the retail store do?
ah, it's all right. Some days are. It's funny in this conversation that what I'm going to say, but we have two big whatnot sellers in my town, and they come and buy stuff from my store, and then they sell it on whatnot. I promise that's true. And so like multiple times, they'll come in and spend five, six, $700 on little dumb tchotchke crap that that they're making money. I know they are, um, but for me that makes a lot of sense. And then uh, it's hard to say how it's doing because we've done like consistently every month we've made a little bit more in sales, but I wouldn't make any real big bets on just a retail store. Like it's very hit and miss. Like there's some days we go in and literally sell $3 the whole day or something. And so for me that makes sense because I have a place to store my stuff. The retail store pays for the cost of all the warehouse, all the shipping supplies, all that kind of stuff. And so that makes sense for me. And then I store my stuff there. While I'm there, I can pack packages or list stuff or do whatever. And so like it's not a big drag for me for my operation. But if I were just a retail store, I would go out of business very quickly. Like some days it'd be 5, 6, 7 families in there, and it's real busy, and and that it's crazy. And then some days it's real hit or miss. Like I wouldn't bank on it.
You probably get all your revenue in the Q4 anyways, though, right? Like you probably
Maybe.
sell more in Q4 than you do all year, if I had to guess. Because that's where, I mean, where else are they going to go? If they're even shopping in store at all, anyways, they're going to go to you.
Yeah, and we're marketed as a toy store. So
Yeah.
the name of the store is our town name toy store. And so yeah, it's I think Q4 would be good to us for for that. Cause like we have people come in, the first thing like it's like a repeatable thing. People come in and say, "Man, you're gonna do so good at Christmas," because
Yep.
they're already thinking ahead. I'm gonna buy presents. You have presents, and so and we're right across the street from a daycare, and so like it's a good situation. But yeah, again, I wouldn't bank on it. I probably wouldn't tell anybody to do it either. Like it's the it's kind of a pain in the butt.
I get it. What else you got, John?
Yeah, that's so. Are you buying stuff specifically for the retail store, or is it just stuff you're reselling that gets like returned, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I didn't realize how much stuff I had because we have a whole storage container in our front yard full of stuff, and so I think years of being an Amazon seller and then different things. We just had so much stuff when we put it out, and so it as far as new inventory coming in, we were buying Target clearance, and that was an amazing setup for it. We haven't bought much lately, and it still keeps seeming to fill up somehow. And so, yeah, returns. We uh, we've done several things where we bought like a lot from. We bought $1,000 Barbie collection, like vintage Barbies, and so that was an incredible flip. And we bought that from a customer who came in, and then I bought out a couple auctions. We buy on HighBid.com and then on another auction thing. And so like sometimes you'll see these auction houses, they'll put up a whole, it's just liquidation. And so we'll find 40 Peppa Pig toys, new in the box, starting bid $1. And so we'll just, I don't really watch those. I just kind of put whatever the most I would pay for it. And then if I win it, I go get it. And so that we've had some success with stuff like that. And then we bought a couple storage. We bought probably 20 storage unit auctions this year. And so we focus on the ones that are like easy in and out, 30, $40 at most. We're not trying to be a junk removal company, and so you can if you go on storagetreasures.com, you can just bid on storage lockers like right now, and there's like one going all the time, and so we watch for those, and we've gotten a good bit of toys from places like that. So.
You give me so many ideas, man. I've been trying to source inventory for Whatnot specifically, and I really try to get it like sub $2 a unit. But I already knew about storage
Nice.
treasures, but I didn't really think too much into it. And I've just been
Yeah,
looking at eBay lots, but now you got me thinking. I didn't know about this high bid place. I'll have to check that out too.
yeah, check out HighBid, check out estatesales.net. I'm on there every week. Every week I go on estatesales.net and I map out the estate sales that are in my area. Um, I'm not sure if it would be as profitable for you because I'm banking on finding um,
Jim.
XYZ number of things for eBay or Amazon used books. And so at an average sale price of $20, I'm trying to grow 5,000 units between my used books and my eBay store. And so that's like the kind of mission right now is growing that because that's been very profitable to us. But while I'm doing that, I find these other things. And so I have a whole table at my store that's just $1, and like I'll sell $50 items on there just because it's not a toy, and I don't want to look like a. I have this big glass Harley Davidson chick. Um, it's like literally 20 something inches. There's no way I'm shipping that on eBay. I don't have it listed for $1 for anybody watching, but like stuff like that, I'm not gonna sell it on eBay. I'm not gonna sell it anywhere else online because I don't want to ship it or because it's too much of a hassle. People come in the store for a dollar item like that. So, But yeah, I don't know if it'd be as profitable for you because I'm banking on finding 5 or 10 $20 items, for eBay, and that makes it cost worth it for me. But I don't know, maybe I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about whatnot, so maybe it'd be a big one for you. CT Bids is another one. I think that's the name of it. Let me look.
Sitting right now, man. This is
Yeah,
good. This is great.
CT Bids is a good one. And then HighBid, EstateSales.net. If you're doing any books, which by the way, my mentor, that's all he does is books on whatnot. Um, you guys should interview him if you want to talk about whatnot. But if you want to do books, there's what is it? Book
Is
Sell
Max your
Finder.
mentor?
Yeah, Max
Oh, I
Common
can
Ground
definitely
Finder.
get him on the podcast. He texted me a couple weeks ago. I was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Holy shit, I forgot." So I used to talk to him almost every week when I was doing books heavy.
Yeah, I love that man. He has helped me a lot. He actually at one point I was kind of against the wall, and he loaned me some money. And like just super guy, and he's given me a lot of really good like um, just advice, helping with the business. And to be fair, I've given him some advice too. He has a group now, Paper Gold, I think is what it's called, and like it's just booksellers, just people doing the book thing, and that's a whole business you guys should talk about. You should talk to somebody who has the membership business, like real good business. Like if you're not an idiot and you actually know how to like actually provide value to your members, like the membership business is unmatched. Like it's like a really good business. So like what he's doing with the paper gold is just people that are selling used books on eBay and Amazon and now whatnot. I guess. And I guess there's other things going on in there too. But he charges whatever he charges. But like for a used book person, it makes a lot of sense to be in that Discord because you know it's the value you get from it is probably 5 or 10 times what you pay, and maybe a lot more. Maybe if you're not sure how to I'll show you. If you're not sure how to price or figure out Harvard Classics library books from 1909, like if you're not sure about that, and then you have a community where you can, instead of having to like learn it, you can go in and say, "Hey, any advice?" And then there's somebody in there making $300,000-400,000 selling used books. You can just talk to them, and then your members are adding value to each other, and like that. The problem I think with membership businesses is people start them and then they just want to milk it and not really provide value, and that like that's tough. So
That's a great model for books because it's not very. I mean, you run an arbitrage group, right? You could only share so much; it gets saturated. But like the Harvard Classics are a great example because, like, for anyone who doesn't know, there's like green ones, there's blue ones. You showed the red one. There's all sorts of ones. And basically, right, if you just heard like Harvard Classics, it's real easy to just be like, yes, there's maroon. So it's real easy. That's like a huge ROI for you because you hear that. And then in your local area or wherever you were sourcing, I'm not going to get those because I'm not driving to Georgia to pick up a bunch of Harvard classics. But I've found that with like authors and book series and just knowing all this stuff, um, is just super valuable. So yeah, I could see a book membership, and there was nothing like that when I was doing it. Probably should have did it. Maybe I'd still be doing it.
yeah, I think people people want a free group until they get into a free group, and then they're like, nobody cares. Nobody's getting paid to run this or to do anything, and so it just kind of turns into like just kind of a crappy, kind of lower quality, environment. And so I think the question people should ask themselves is like, what do I want to get out of a group, and then kind of go from there. And so I promise I'm not shilling my group, but just like talking about a paid group, like there's no way you would go into an arbitrage group that was free and 10,000 members on a free Facebook group, right? Like, I wouldn't even join that. I don't even want to know what's in there, you know? And so I think, 51 members who are all paying, $100 a month, that's a really good place to go and network and talk to people. And, if some guy is getting 51 people to pay them $100 a month, he's probably banking on that. So he's going to work his ass off to make sure that those people are like real happy, so that they stay and pay, and they're in there longer term. I think membership business is fascinating. Like, I've even thought about, you you guys know more about AI than I do, but like, if you could get like a content farm where you're just talking about like anything. The idea that I had was a workout, a workout um, guide only for older people with a pool. So they have to be older, they have to have a pool, but you get like all of this catered content just about, you're older, you have a pool, you don't want to be, fat, or if you're a woman, you don't want your bones to be brittle, you want to have a healthier lifestyle, blah blah blah. You could make endless content about that, and then you sell a group membership, $39.99 a month, or $399 a month, or whatever wherever you want to be at, and then the content is going constantly as a funnel, bringing people in with free content, and then you sell them on whatever the cost is. They pay the monthly, but then they have content with like a legit person in there actually helping them work out beside their pool and in their pool with their, the whole thing. Um, that's a really good business. And then eventually you figure out, if I run ads, I'm charging $39.99. I can get a new member for $35 on average. As long as they stay 2 months, I'm making money. And I think people hear that and they get excited about the business model, but then like the key is, you help those people actually work out beside their pool. Like, you actually help them actually provide more value, and you want them to get 10 times more value than what they're paying, and they'll never leave. And so like, that's something like I like that model a lot. Because if you're not an a-hole, like, you can do a good job with it, and it's a win-win. Like, everybody wins. They get what they want at a price that's 90% off of what they're actually getting, and the owner of, or the owners of the membership group, they make real money doing it. So
Yeah, we talked about it recently. We talked to Divine group owner, which he makes like, I don't even know, probably over 500 grand a month on his group stuff. I
what's
mean,
his
I
name?
couldn't imagine.
Casey.
Casey.
Casey. Yeah. I don't know Casey, but yeah, I follow him. That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
doing
makes a
real good.
lot. I mean, he's like one of the top in the group owner stuff. But I just see the tough part is the churn. Like, you churn so much, you kind of have to endlessly make content to get people in. And I'm always just an advocate of like high ticket, because like, here, let's give this a perfect example of what you just said. What, 51 people at $100 a month? That's $5,100 a month. What if you sold a high ticket program and just charged 5 grand? Now you have 50 less customers, but you make the exact same amount of money. And how many less headaches? I mean, ridiculous amount. That's what I always try to like. It's tough to think like, how big can the group get, when it's really like you could do high ticket and do like a few people. And I know that's
Well,
possible because like I've seen a bunch of people do it. Or like do a 10K offer. Then you got like 100 members at 100.
close one,
That's
man.
the thing I think about with it. But the group might be more fun to run. I don't know if you're passionate about the subject.
The churn is real, and the burnout is real, and so that's just systems. You figure out systems. The high ticket thing, I don't know anything about that. I've never done anything like that. The highest
You never
ticket
done
thing I've
high
ever
ticket?
sold. Nope, never. I've never even offered a coaching. Like, I've done a couple little things here, but like, I charged like less than $100 for an hour. Like, and that was my whole offer, was just, hey, I'll talk to you about your business if you want, I guess, And so like, I don't know anything about that, and I'm definitely, I don't. I'm not sure that if I'm just thinking about it conceptually, I don't know if that's something that would fit like what I want to do. Are you giving $50,000 of value to the $5,000 guy. And I don't know if I could do that, and I'm not sure a lot of people could do that. And so like that's where my head's at. Like with the membership thing, like that makes sense to me. But charge like doing it the other way, like, and also like you get 51 people that you're doing a really good job for. Um, you make some cool connections. Like you meet some really cool people. If it like with the pool thing, I don't work out about my pool, so like that would be hard for me probably to make endless but like the people like in my group, I'm doing reselling on Amazon, and it's a leads group for people reselling on Amazon. Like some of the people in my group, they're doing $10 million a year, and knowing those people and doing a good job for, even though I'm probably just working for their VAs, but like no, being able to DM them and talk to them, like there's some benefit there that feels like networking to me, long term, rather than just like getting some guy to get me 5 grand and then me giving him 5 grand worth of stuff. Like I see it, I understand. I've also heard people and cut me off. Sorry, I'm just rambling now, but
No,
I've heard people sell $3 or $4 or $5,000 coaching program, and then I talk to the person who got it, and they're like, "Yeah, that guy's an asshole. I don't like that guy at all. He took my money, and I didn't get a good deal." And it's not like you can be like, "Can I please have my 5 grand back?" And so for me, like I would have to have something real, valuable. And I'm not sure I've found that thing yet that I can charge a ticket for with a straight face. So.
Someone the other day was telling me that there is a program that recently just released in the Amazon space for $6,800.
Oh,
So
that's
I
not,
was like,
yeah.
that's insane. In today's climate, I mean, that's just
And then you go in there like they're like,
maybe
yeah.
what?
like 5 years ago, but now,
Yeah.
no,
But let me
that's
let me give an example of this. Just a little counter here. So there was a guy. I forgot to tell John. We need to have him on the pod soon. But he paid me for coaching, and this was 2023, right when I was about to quit Amazon. And he was kind of like, dude, doing like $1,000 a month. Didn't have his like feet off the ground at all. He gave me 5 grand.
If you could just take 2 seconds and subscribe to this YouTube channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 5K subscribers by the end of the year, and the more subscribers we have, the better guests we can get for you. So you literally just take 2 seconds right now, hit subscribe. It will also let you know when new episodes go live and everything we're up to. Thank you so much.
And then as I'm doing this, I'm like, dude, I actually don't really like this Amazon stuff that much. I don't think it's the best idea. How about this? You just stop selling Amazon, and I help you get into content to launch like a fitness offer type thing. Well, the years go by, I help him with a lot of stuff. And then recently he started trying to make his Instagram big, blowing it up. He went from like 100 followers to 14,000 followers, and he made like 7 grand high ticket like 2 weeks ago. And I don't even know what he's at now. This was 2 weeks ago. But like he would have never even done that if he wouldn't have paid me, because he would have never known, how do I charge people money or whatever. So that, and I've had multiple people like that have that happen. And I'm like, well, you don't have to give a direct, teach people how to buy 30 grand of toys or whatever. But you can give
Sure.
them other things that like can push them in the direction. I don't think it has to be like a menial, like here's the ROI. I paid 25 grand for a coach program. I didn't make $1, but now I know enough shit to like help me for the rest of my life. That type of situation, you kind of can't, if you assign numerical things to it, that's just difficult. Like you're not going to ever get like a direct ROI, even from anything. You know what I mean? Unless you literally buy the
Well,
product and sell the product.
it really could just be I have a mindset block on it, or something, like I haven't thought about it the right way. And if you guys see me popping out, on some YouTube ad in front of in front of my GMC Yukon, like I can teach you the world, for 5 grand. Like, I'm not saying I'll never change my mind on that. And I know there's lots of people like I know I could sell something like that with my audience. I just uh, I had someone that wanted to help me set up a funnel, because my funnel kind of sucks. I just make crappy content, and like I just make a piece of content every day, and then and so like I'm not doing a great job with it. And so they were like, it's somebody that I knew. She was real nice, and we got on, and then I realized I was on a sales call closing me for high ticket to set up my funnel, and it's like, well, how much is it? Huh? It's a lot, like $6,500 or something. I don't remember. It was something like that. And I was just like, for what? Like, what am I getting for, like, there's no way. Like that's insane. And hearing you say that, Drew, maybe if I had paid that person, I would have gotten some, benefit that I don't understand. And so I'm not talking crap about it. I just I don't understand it, and I'm not there, um, I'm not there yet in my mind to like. I saw something I really, really wanted the other day, like super duper wanted, and it was like 150 bucks, and I was like, I'm not paying 100. That's insane, man. There's no way I'm paying that much. It may just be that I'm cheap, so that could be that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have like an aversion to high ticket stuff too, but like if you look at any space like in this online world, the people making the most money are all doing that. Like if you don't plan on selling a brand or whatever, like all these info guys that are selling these high ticket things, like dude, the amount of money some of these guys are making are
Oh yeah,
unbelievable. Like millions of dollars a month doing this. And it's like, oh, it's hard to unsee it after you see it. That's kind of like where I'm at with it. Like I've seen so
yeah.
many people make so much money. We had a guy named Grant on the podcast. He was really good. He does these launches and makes like damn near seven figures just every few years. It just comes out and does that. And that's actually Grant's a good one to watch. Actually, if you go Grant Lannon, and I paid him 10 grand, but I returned 80 grand from it, so it worked out pretty well. But for a long
Oh, that's
time, I
good
didn't return
math.
anything. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, I don't. I was like, I'm not getting really anything. I'm learning, but I don't really get anything. And then now it's like led me to where I'm at today. So there is like a
yeah,
bigger thing to it. And when people pay more, they pay more attention. The same thing applies. You were saying the free group to the $50 group or $100 group. What happens if somebody pays you that much? They're gonna be, they're gonna be on their shit. You're not gonna have a lot of people that just give up unless they're just like losers or whatever. Which not everybody's a loser, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah. I hear you.
a lot of times it makes them pay attention.
I think so. If I paid 25 grand to anybody for anything, like I would. And maybe I'm just a poor person. I don't know, but that sounds insane to me.
Yeah, don't close your mind to it. Though. You could do it, and you could probably make way more money than you would think.
Yeah.
And you would provide a lot of value, more than you think there too. I believe.
Hey, if
I
somebody
think
paid me 25 grand, hey, shoot, I'll be an indentured servant and like whatever. Yeah. So
I think
I
you're
don't
way
know.
overthinking it though. Like, because
Yeah.
for all the knowledge you have in arbitrage, like I think sometimes you're like, because I've had this recently. I did a coaching call with someone for the influencer program, and it was like, I'm just like, you think like I was like, I don't know why does someone want to do a coaching call with me? Like, I've done well in the influencer program, but I'm not like, you know, I don't know, making 10 grand a month. But it was more just like their ability. They had like 20 questions. And I just answered all of them. And they're like, this was the most helpful thing ever. And some of it was like, oh, here's the button to get to this part of the Amazon's website, right? He's like,
Yeah.
I could never find like this
Yeah. Sure.
certain thing. I was like, oh, dude, like, do you have this software plugin? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, you just click that down and everything. He's like, holy shit. Like, just like little stuff like that. And he's like, that was like worth the call. So it's like you just can't like overestimate. Like you think everyone knows like to go to Walmart or Sam's Club or to use Keepa to do this, to do that, to use SellerAmp, and they get on the call. They're like, "The fuck is SellerAmp?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"What? Like seriously? Like what? Like?" So I think like you know a lot more than you think you do, and I always say it too. It's like when you talk to your friends. I tell my friends about the influencer program. It's like, "Oh, this is," and they're like, "What are you talking about?" It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess like I do know a lot about this kind of stuff like that. So I wouldn't sell yourself short at all.
Yeah. I hear that.
Maybe it's Cody does coaching. That's the next
Definitely not. Cody is still
consideration.
figuring. That's another thing. I'm very much still figuring my life out, and so maybe at some point I come out with a coaching offer, and we'll see. But like, if I look at my P&L for the past, 36 months or something, like I don't know, I haven't figured enough things out to have the success that I'd hope to have before. Like even me talking about membership business, like my membership business is pretty good, but I'm not like I don't have it figured out, and so maybe that's a 40-year-old Cody thing. Maybe in 10 years we'll revisit that. But I'm having a lot of fun doing. I mean, I'm screwing something up every other month, but like I'm having a lot. I'm enjoying myself. So and like the bills are paid, and things are going the right direction generally. So we'll see.
I've actually come to that conclusion recently where I think a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to like run your own business, to do Amazon, to do eBay. Because like it's not really talked about like how hard it actually is. And like I think whatever version is for you, like you just said, I could pay my bills, I'm having fun. Like if you could do that, like I think that's success, to be
Yeah,
honest, right? It doesn't have to be 10, 30, $40,000 a month. It's like not most people can't like make money for themselves and they have to go to a job. So I feel like if you could like kind of live how you want to live, and even if you're just kind of like paycheck to paycheck kind of doing what you want to live, I think that's like a huge win. And I think a lot of people go into debt thinking that that's not successful and they need to scale up and then it goes all to shit.
I agree with that. I feel that in my heart. So like that's so real to me, like 100%. Like that's like if you can get to the point where you have a little bit of cash and you don't have to like do anything that you don't want to do, and like even though you still have the pressure of running the business and growing the business and figuring things out, and like being an entrepreneur and doing your own taxes, and blah blah blah, like all those things, like you still don't have to be up. If you want to sleep till 11 o'clock and just kind of work in your PJs, like that, no, nobody can tell you can't do that. Like that's a real, like, work 10 years to get there if you have to. Like say like if it takes you 10 years just to get to that point, like that, from what I've found about my life and the way I feel doing different things, like absolutely. Like it's crazy how fast the people go from I want to quit my job, I want to be an entrepreneur and be self-employed, I want to be the next Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, billionaire and run the world. I want to buy the world. Like that's insane. Like that. Like just be self-employed for 10 years and like make a little bit of money and then figure things out and grow things. Put better systems in place. Have to work a little bit less. Consolidate. Lower your risk. Build a retirement. And then when the time comes along for you to be crazy ambitious and do something crazy ambitious, like maybe consider it if you want to, but like just be like just being like what you said, being able to be at this level and like not have to do anything you don't want to do, like that's a real beautiful thing. And so like yeah, if I just like you figure people who start a restaurant but they never get out of the restaurant, but they have to work in the restaurant every day. They never get past the level of opening a second restaurant or 50 restaurants. Like but they work for themselves and they kind of just live however they want to. Like those people are doing all right, like that's not a terrible life. And finding happiness there is like super possible. Like you can be happy and content there, but you don't have to feel like this pressure of ambition to be the next, you know, flips for miles or whoever's big in the space right now. Like you don't have to be pressure to 10x and 100x and a billion x or whatever. So
Fair. What else do you have, John? We're almost at an hour. What do you
How's
think?
the influencer program going for you?
I should probably sign up for a coaching call with you. I can't find the buttons. I think we've got a couple hundred now, or something. Maybe a little over 100 or something. I actually have no idea how many we have. We have a bunch, but not like we've never sat down and done a lot. Um, what we're having success with is TikTok Shop and join brands. So like you can go and join brands and just do like little BS jobs for like $15 and they just send you product. Like probably shouldn't show it. I got a vitamin company and they just have all these different vitamins for I guess different things. I don't even know what the stuff is, but ashwagandha, blah blah. Well, it's like $80 on Amazon. They send it to you. You do whatever the content thing is, literally takes less than 5 minutes, and then you can sell that on eBay. And that's a real that's a real cool thing. Like they pay you to get the money or to get the product, and then you can sell the product. And like that's been working for us. TikTok Shop, we kind of stopped. We haven't made a ton of videos recently, but like we're still getting money, and that's really cool to me. Like early on with TikTok Shop affiliate, somebody said just make as many videos as you can, and you're building a catalog to see what works. And like I made one video that was so stupid, and it just makes us money. And like it took me less than a minute to record, and it just keeps printing. Like every week we're making $2 sell, $4 sell, and we're having those come in. And so I want to do more with that. I just haven't figured out the time side of like sitting down to do, 10 reviews a day for AIP. Like I haven't figured it out, but it's on the list. Like I have my little coffee burner down here. It's just like it's a little thing you set your cup of coffee on, and it keeps it at the temperature you want. And I got it for freaking free. And I don't know if I've made any money from the video, but I got it for free. And that's cool. So.
Well, anything else? Any parting words for the people here?
Shoot, I don't know. I feel like I rambled on.
No, yeah, we covered a lot.
Hey,
But
John, AIP, what advice would you give us? I mean, should I just be just tearing up new videos every day? Like now I'm seeing people do the text on screen and the like more edited stuff. Like, is it still just you can just plug and play review and throw it up, or is it more complicated than that?
For me, that's what I'm doing. I'm not editing anything for AIP. I mean, if I'm editing, like it's because like I have a high ticket product, and I'm just
Yeah.
like taking one picture of me in it, and then like I'm just piecing it together. There's no editing. I'm just like basically stringing clips together. I would say, dude, like I would just be making videos like crazy. Like that's what I do. Like I get a lot of stuff from Creator Connections. I resell that on Facebook Marketplace. Like if you like getting shit for free, you should be on Creator Connections like all day long, just sending
Okay.
messages to brands like, "Hey, like, do you we love your product. Like, your product looks really cool. Do you send samples for content creation? Like, I'd love to make a video for you. I'll tag your brand. I'll do a good job. If you do, let me know. I'll send you my address." I think last month I got close to like 175 items.
Sheesh, that's way better than TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
That's
And
wild.
it's like, and you can kind of pick and you can kind of like go through. Um, so yeah, I think that's great. And it's like, for some of it, like I almost look at it, it's like everything for one, I have a liquidator. Like you have a store. Like you
You're
can just
right.
put that stuff on the shelf. Like
Yeah.
if you get $1, $2, like that's how I look at it. Like I have a liquidator who'll buy anything, like no questions asked. So every video I make is at least $2. Like, am I trying to make $2? No. Obviously I'm trying to make more than that. But I'm like, if I make this video in 60 seconds, like I'm getting $2. So that's how
That's
I
wild.
kind of look at it. So it's like $120 an hour if you want to break it down like that, technically. And then a lot of the stuff has, good resale value on Facebook Marketplace. So I just make as many videos as possible
Are you
and do
cross
that.
posting them? Are you cross posting them to a YouTube channel?
I am. So the YouTube channel like sucks. Like if
Right.
be prepared for like people just to make fun of you and be like, "You're an idiot." Like that you
Right.
misspoke, like you have it on backwards, like all this like shit like they'll
Yeah.
say.
Oh, I can handle
Um
that. I get that.
yeah, I remember like there was like wallpaper like this, and I did a review at an Airbnb. They're like, "It's crooked. You don't know how to hang." I was like, "Bro, like leave my house." Um I am cross posting, so that helps because like Amazon likes that because you're sending like traffic their way. Um, but yeah, I mean the influencer program with all this craziness going on, like it's really just your time. And I mean, you don't even have to like show your face. You could just be like, "Hey, here's my microphone." Just like showing it is how it works, stuff like that. I'm telling you, dude. Like, if you could get to like 500 to 1,000 videos, you'll be easily making like $1,000 a month,
Really? That's amazing.
most likely. I mean, it depends on what you review, but the whole thing everyone gets wrong, everyone thinks, because all these like dumb people coming over from the FBA space, like teaching AIP. They're like, oh yeah, like just make videos and you will make money. But like what they don't tell you is like you need to make at least 500 to 1,000. Like that's the secret. Like getting there. Then once you get there, like brands are like, oh shit, like Cody and Haley, they're pretty serious about this. Like we're gonna send them some stuff. Like let's do a brand deal with them. We're like the competitors of the stuff you do. They're like, all right, he made a video for this microphone. I'll send him my microphone. So you just start. It's just like this trickle down effect. And it's just absolutely crazy.
Thank you for the advice. Yeah, no, that's
yeah. If you ever want to do a call, just let me know. I'll do it for free.
Thank you, man. That's too kind. Well, I'll at least get a few hundred videos before I do that. But I really appreciate the advice. Well, this was fun. Hey, when are y'all gonna come on my podcast? Come over. We'll do something.
Whatever you want.
Hey, invite us individually. Me and John talk to each other all day. I'm sure John wants to be on a pod. I want to be on a pod individually. So you can ask us, each of us. That's 2 episodes for you.
Boom. All right. I'm gonna hold you to that. I think we're
ask us, how do you like your podcast? We're gonna go, we hate our co-hosts.
Well, mine is much smaller, and we're literally just like kind of screwing around, like we have no idea what we're doing. So
at any time, I'll come
Happy to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Go follow Cody on social media, whatever it is. I think Cody does arbitrage. What's your name of your podcast? Go listen to his podcast.
It's Arbitrage Radio. We have an Instagram page too. It's Arbitrage Radio Podcast. So.
Go show him some love. Like, subscribe. We will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.